Hello, welcome to Broken Princess, Healed Queen. Today we are going to talk about family dynamics and family roles. Every family has family roles, family dynamics. The difference between a functional family and a dysfunctional family is that in a functional family, those roles are more fluid. There may be things that change as children age, different situations. Those roles are going to switch off between people. In a dysfunctional family, it's more like a house of cards. The stability of the family is dependent on each person maintaining their role, playing their role to perfection, and do not deviate. Because they're in survival mode, basically. So, for instance, we have our parents here. Those roles may be damaged or need help if one of the parents is absent, is mentally ill, physically ill, has a disability. Same thing as if a child has a disability, it's going to affect those roles as well. So in one of our instances where one of our parents is having a difficulty, typically the oldest child, unless the oldest child has a mental illness, a disability of their own, or something they're struggling with, perhaps a learning disability, then often that second oldest child will step into that role. Typically, an oldest daughter is going to take on more of that role than an oldest son. Sometimes if the second child is a daughter, she may step into that role as well. But that's a little bit more in depth than we're going to go today. So one of our roles we may have is the parentified child who's helping out, who's taking that place of the parent who's not helping. Now, in a functional family, that child may step up when mom or dad is just sick temporarily, or if mom or dad is on a trip, or one of the parents is struggling with something, might help out the other parent. And that is a functional family, it's only temporary. Whereas in a dysfunctional family, that's a role that gets taken on for decades and may never change. Then we can often have the child who is the troublemaker. Hopefully they don't end up in jail. I'm having fun with the Legos. But the child who feels like they're taking on all of the problems. And again, this is a role that's typically only seen in a dysfunctional family. This is the child who's just decided, I am the all bad child. I represent everything that parents do not like about themselves, and that has been put on that child. Or they may just become a scapegoat to take on all those difficulties. Another one we may see is our clown, the one who just wants to make everybody laugh to diffuse the situation. Again, this is something that we see in a functional family, but it's only temporary. It's not something they have to have all the time. When someone feels like they have to lighten the mood all the time, that's not necessarily a good sign. Another role that we may see is the one who's just going to be the peacemaker. Whenever anybody is fighting, they want to diffuse the situation, they want to make it better. It's a role we see in a functional family, but it's only temporary. When someone takes on that role all the time, then it becomes more of a difficulty. So another sign that we may have a dysfunctional family situation is when one person leaves the family, a child grows up. In a functional family, those roles are constantly fluid. A child grows up, we are happy for them. Family dynamics may shift a little bit, but we're good. In that house of cards situation, you remove a card, we have collapse. You're not allowed to change your role or to leave the family. Let's say we have a situation where our person decides they're going off on their own adventure. They want to change their role. They no longer want to be responsible for the whole family. The rest of the family can see that as treason. Like, you have abandoned us. What is wrong with you? And that is a sign that some healing needs to happen. But if you're seeing these roles in your own children, in your own family, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a dysfunctional situation. It may be fluid. So don't forget to leave me comments, thoughts, opinions. If you agree or disagree, I'd love to hear it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can do this.